Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Trevor, and the Maritime Standard. Great night last night. I stayed for one too many red wines, but congratulations to all the nominees and the winners last night. So this is my third time up here, so thank you, Trevor, in believing me. And what we're trying to do today is that it's all about money and finance. So those who don't know me, I'm an ex-banker. I was with the Royal Bank of Scotland for almost 20 years. Banks stopped lending, over the last few years. The traditional banks have not been growing. But we set up the company 6 years ago, and what I'm going to do today is highlight different ways of, why is this not working? The green, there you go, okay. So we talk about, for the lawyers in the room, there's the disclaimer, okay, just to be clear. That's my compliance officer happy. And then what we want to try and talk about is capital. And at the moment, capital, as an ex-banker, I know how many projects are coming across people's desks, and you go, doesn't work, why can't we do it? Because banks are in boxes, they're regulated. So my mission in the company is to bring capital in an efficient manner and in a sustainable way. So what we try and do, we have three areas. Debt. So we provide advisory. We have access to over 400 funders globally. We also invest equity. So we have put money into a lot of startup companies in fintech and decarbonization. So we have, I'm old. I've done this for a number of years, closed a lot of deals, and now we have put forward a lot of investments and partnerships in what we try and do to help owners and operators. There's a team behind me, okay? We have a head of decarbonization, a head of yacht financing, somebody in the cruise business as well. So we do a lot of different things, but it's not just about me, okay? That's the point here. So we've been busy. We've done lots of different things over the last 6 years. So yachts to corporate jets and things like this, right? So that's great. Now, how do we do it, though? The debt part. I was here 2 years ago, and I spoke about ILEX. ILEX is a digital platform where we have 400 funders, banks, insurance companies, pension funds. When we spoke, Trevor, you may remember, we had 150 funders then, but now we have over 400. So projects come to us, and we distribute it out using the platform. Banks use the platform to sell to each other. So when they have too much exposure, instead of phoning 10, 20 emails, you put it through the platform, and what this allows is efficiency. We want those banks to talk to each other, and you as the potential borrower to be able to say they have gone to the whole market, not just a small group of banks in a particular region, okay? I'm a partner in a fund called Goldfish Capital. We provide working capital to ship owner-operators. And this is what I'm going to talk about today, about how your cash cycle is trapped. When you are chartering a ship in, you have to pay the hire, you have to pay the bunkers. But we will fund against the receivable, the freight. We'll come to that. Then on the equity side, I'm a investor and technically the CFO of a company called Shipfinex. You may have heard of them. My CEO, Vikas Pandey, will be here this afternoon, and we're going to tokenize ships, okay? So we're going to use blockchain. We're going to end up using all the latest technology to allow anybody in this room, although there are a few ship owners here already, to actually own a piece of a vessel, okay? Then we have a platform in which we have a company called Borrow a Boat. We have 65,000 yachts on the platform, and that's where it's like the Airbnb of yacht chartering. But because we can finance yachts, it's a good thing for us where we put money into. And then on the decarb side, these companies here, so Advantage, we are putting LPG on logistics companies, onto trucks. Why? LPG is cheaper, has a lower carbon footprint. So mixing LPG and diesel, you get a lower cost per mile, okay? Cost per CO2 per mile. Carno is a UK company which just got 5 million from the UK government, making auxiliary engines out of ceramic, okay, which is multi-fuel. So that's coming through. We have other ship owners invested as well, like MOL on that company. Flores is a decarb currency where you can actually decarb your journey through the supply chain. It's 260 projects worldwide, and you can pick those projects to decarb your supply of each product you transport. And obviously for a ship owner, it's a particularly useful option to give to your charterers. Field Trust, I spoke about this company last year. So this is measuring the CO2 on vessels and impacting it using software, AI, ultimately. But what does this do? It means you can reduce your fuel intensity by 4 to 8%. We just need to get verification from a classification society. Okay, so we're a partnership with Marine Money, and we're also partnered with STX, not the Korean company, but STX, where we can provide fuel EU compliance certificates. Okay, so instead of ship owners, operators paying 642 euros a ton, we have the certificates that are significantly, maybe 60% lower for that surplus. I've got 5 more minutes, Clive, right? 5 more minutes. Okay, so working capital. What's the problem? As I mentioned, you chartering in a ship, you fix your cargo, you have to pay the money up front, 500,000. You have another cargo, you fix another one, another 500,000, and you're still waiting for that freight to come. Now, suddenly a new project comes, but you don't have the money. So, cash is the key, you don't have it. You're missing that opportunity of that next freight. Capital, your money's tied up elsewhere. Banks do not fund for small operators. 1 million, 2 million, it's too small for them. They'll lend 25 million, 50 million, but not to a small operator or small owner. So, banks also, the larger parts, you have commitment costs, because you don't know when you're going to need the money. Okay, you don't know when it's going to happen. So therefore, what we've come up with is a fund which will allow you to draw money when you want at no commitment costs, subject to reviewing the freight and the vessel. So this is what, for those who are not ship owners or operators, your operator will fix the cargo, fix the ship. You then pay all that money up front, okay? All that goes up front. Then you receive, on the dry bulk, as you know, you get paid on delivery, but for tankers, it's only when you discharge. And that is a long cycle, right? 30, 45, 60 days sometimes. So what the structure and under the fund, or anybody funding the working capital, is say, you clear the freight, you clear the vessel, avoiding sanctions, making sure it's clean, looking at then the voyage and say, okay, what trade is that doing? Are we happy with it? We say, yeah, happy. Within 24 hours, money is given to the operator, owner-operator. Funds are paid to a bank account with the fund. So whatever we lent, say we lent 500,000, 1 million freight comes in, we give you the 1 million less the 500,000 that we've borrowed, all right? It's fast, because you have to be. You need speed when you fix the ship, when you fix the vessel, right? So that's one of the advantages compared to a bank, which is slow. So once you get your money, that means you've saved yourself 500,000, because I've just given you that 500,000 now. That 500,000 is saved, so you can do another trade. These are all words, but there's a lot of finance people here, so let me just jump quickly here in an easy way to see the numbers, okay? 500,000 gone in, so 700,000 you've paid out, freight's coming in, you can see the other costs you've got, your broker gets 5% on the freight, and there's your margin. You've made $120,000 in that trade. If you've borrowed that 500,000 from us, you're thinking, hold on, I've got another 500,000. But people say that return is the issue here as well. It's not just about cash. So when you borrow money, and this is why people like debt, it improves your return. Here you've made less money on that trade because it's 120 versus 95 because of our fees, but your return's gone up, okay? And then you've got another 500,000 to do another trade. Right. So, Clive, 30 seconds I've given myself, 10 minutes, right? So, DK2, that's who I am. Debt, equity, and decarbonization. Receivables financing is what we're talking about today. And that means you can accelerate fixtures, cash cushion your cycle of that working capital, reduce your disruption, because you can't say, give me another 5 days to fix the ship. Right? So therefore, it's all subject, but ultimately it's about moving your business forward. It improves the returns. It gives options to you because you have more cash in your business. Okay? So, ship finance, Fuel EU, we talked about, these compliance certificates, and tokenization you'll know more about this afternoon. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Cash cushion your cycle of that working capital, reduce your disruption, because you can't say, give me another 5 days to fix the ship. Right? So therefore, it's all subject, but ultimately it's about moving your business forward. It improves the returns. It gives options to you because you have more cash in your business. Okay? So, ship finance, fuel EU we talked about, these compliance certificates, and tokenization you'll know more about this afternoon. Okay, thank you very much for your time.